Hi everyone, and welcome back to Hoser Chat Live. This is going to be our last season preview episode, and then finally we'll get to talk about the regular season, which will be a lot more exciting than this crap. So first of all, we're just going to go over the standings, 15 to first for each conference, and we're going to go from bottom up. So you can't get any lower than this team in the Eastern Conference, in my opinion. I'm going to go with the New York Islanders as my 15th seed. I just think they lost too much in the off season, and it's tough to go from 8th to 15th. Ted Nolan can prove me wrong, but
it's tough to rely on Shatan, Guerin, and Comrie as your first line.
Do you have the Islanders 15th as well?
I sure do.
Alright, so the Islanders fans on YouTube who are subscribers probably won't be too happy with that. I'm on to the 14th team. Another team that I know we have a few subscribers on is Boston. I have them finishing 14th, unfortunately. I think Manny Fernandez is going to be a big difference for them, but I just don't see them improving much on last year.
No, I agree. My number 14 is the Florida Panthers. I know Thomas Vokoun is a great addition. I just feel like their offense is absolutely atrocious. They have no wingers. Their two best wingers are Zednik and Dvorak, and they have to improve on that.
Yeah, no kidding. That's pretty weak. They got three good centers in Jokinen, Weiss, and Horton, so one of them's going to have to play wing.
I bet Weiss will play wing.
Yeah, but still, that's too many. It's too many centers and not enough wingers. And I have Florida 13th, so we don't even need to talk about them because we just did. So, Paul, you can go on to your 13th.
My number 13 is the Montreal Canadiens. I know they've been on the verge of just breaking down one year. I think this is the year they do it. The loss of Surrey might be too much for them. They relied on their power play a lot last year, and he was the key point to that.
No, yeah, exactly. I just don't understand why everyone's in Montreal's like, oh, well, Surrey was nothing. Well, he was their entire power play almost. Like, he's the guy that creates space for the forwards down low. He's got the booming shot. Yeah. And I know he's a horrible defender, but he's probably the best power play quarterback in the league in terms of fearing shot. And I have Montreal 12, so again, we're kind of mimicking each other. So we don't need to talk about Montreal either, so Paul can go on to his 12th team.
My number 12 is the Boston Bruins, so we've already talked about them as well.
Yeah, we just have them in different order. I think we picked the main teams as poor. The 11th team I have is the Washington Capitals.
Oh,
and I guess Paul has them as well. I think Washington's a team on the rise. The two things they need are defense and goaltending, in my opinion. I know Ulf Kolzig is a decent goaltender, but I still think they can improve on him.
Yeah,
and I think he's past his prime days, and I think they need to go out and get a goaltender who will win them some games.
He's not the kind of guy that can steal a game. He's solid, but
he used to be that kind of guy, but now I just think he's too old now, and I think he's about 38, so it's getting up there along the tooth. So I have Washington 11, and I guess you do as well.
I sure do.
Alright, so my 10th team, people are going to call me crazy because I actually called Kari Letton the MVP of the Southeast Division.
Yeah.
I still think he's the MVP. This is how bad I think Atlanta's going to be. I don't think they're going to be that great. I have them at 10th. I just don't see them winning the division again. There's a lot of things I don't see them doing. I just think Hossa and Kovalchuk and Kozlov aren't enough, and they need more depth at every position.
Yeah, absolutely. I have Atlanta number 10. This is weird because we didn't even converge on our picks before we made them. Yeah. We actually just made them separately and pretty much.
For all you who think we agree too much.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to say that Atlanta can't do much beyond their first line.
Yeah, exactly. And Hossa and Kovalchuk probably won't play together, but they definitely play together in the power play. This is something we'll disagree on a little bit. I have Carolina finishing 9th.
Yeah.
I think they'll have a better year than last year. I don't know if Eric Stahl's the 100-point guy that we all thought he was going to be. I think he's more of a 70 to 85-point guy. I think Rod Brindamore is pretty much on the decline of his career now. He's played too many games at the style he plays at. I think Corey Stillman is just injury prone, and people got to get used to that. I don't know if Cam Ward's the real deal. I don't know about their defense by committee. I just think there's too many question marks on the team.
Okay. My number 9 is the New Jersey Devils.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's shocking.
Yeah, well, if you're a team that prides yourself on your defense and you lose all your defensemen, then
So you don't think high enough of Brent Sutter?
well, he's a good coach. He still has to prove himself at the NHL level. There's no doubt he's a good coach and he's a good developer of talent. But, I don't know. They need some defense back there.
Wow. I'm surprised. I'm in shock.